The men of Rohan and the elves of Lothlorien defend the great citadel of Helms Deep in today's Dawnless Days siege battle for you here today. And we do have a brilliant 3v2, in fact, not a 3v3, but a 3v2 siege battle here, which I feel like is very appropriate for Helm's Deep. I feel like there's so much stacked against the attackers quite often that they do need an extra army sometimes just to help them out to make sure they can break through. And this should be a very, very exciting one. We already have the sappers coming forward here, and it's only right, Helm's Deep tradition on this channel, that we enjoy the explosion, the unique animation that comes from blowing up the grill here, I guess the little waterway that is at Helm's Deep. And yeah, I imagine they're going to do it in a minute now. But yes, it's good to be back with Helm's Deep. It's been a hot minute since we've had a siege battle on this map. At one point, we did seem to have only Helm's Deep sieges. But we are back. And then, thankfully as well, this is on a daylight siege battle as well. So we don't have to worry about trying to, like, see through the darkness of Total War to see what's actually going on with this battle. And of course, as soon as I start to watch the sappers and see whether they're actually going to blow up this wall, they don't do it. You're having, I don't know, battlefield jitters? Is it your first time, sappers? I mean, in fairness, it's your first and your only time this is going to happen. Your life expectancy when blowing this wall up is not long, that is for sure. Very good of the defenders as well. I feel like it's a Dawnless Days sort of like code of conduct and sort of like just mark of honor that you don't shoot the sappers on Helm's Deep as they try and blow up the wall. A, because it's cinematic as hell seeing this wall blow up, but also it does kind of limit the attackers to just coming over the walls and through the gate, which is pretty tough. And I am kind of worried that we are going to miss this here today. The sappers are really struggling. That the battle is getting underway. I'm going to just keep an eye on it. We'll try and maybe keep an eye and see it explode from a distance. But the battle is getting underway here, so we have Erling retainers being absolutely mobbed right now. But what is that, 5 units of Uruk-hai infantry? Way too much blobbing there going on. As we have the retainers there getting overwhelmed. 2 units would have been enough. I don't know why the other units are going in different directions, but we also have some more retainers over here. They're in a one-on-one, at least sending some units elsewhere. Archers right now, like these Heldengas, should be firing overtime into this huge blob here. But they are right now shooting at berserkers, which is also a brilliant target to be shooting at as well. Trying to take out this very light shock infantry, which is very easy to kill off. That is for sure. I don't know why. Yeah, they still haven't blown up that wall. I don't know if it's bugged. Maybe it's bugged these days. I don't know. Has been a sigh out as well here by the elves, which are actually defending like the citadel of Helm's Deep, which I'm not a big fan of. I feel like you should have had Rohan defend that and have the elves out here, like in lore, but also just because it's just way too try-hardy to allow the elves to defend that final citadel. I feel like I've got lots of household knights back here as well. I'm excited to see them. If they do break through here, these the Uruk-hai actually, you know, just absolutely batter down those that survive the walls of Helm's Deep. They get the reward of being charged by some of the Knights of Rohan. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Dawnless Days and Lord of the Rings, and you want to see more glorious clashes like this Helm's Deep one here, then you know what to do. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, as we work towards 13k subs. We are very much at 12k subs, that is for sure. We are well over halfway towards 13k. If you want to help us get on that journey and you know, get to that landmark, you know what to do. And feel free to comment as well if you are enjoying the content, or, you know, let me know who you're rooting for. Are you rooting for Team Good? Rooting for Team Evil? Do let me know. A lot of you, I feel like, are Team Evil, and I kind of get that. Team Evil's pretty cool. But with one less army today, I don't know. I might be pitting myself for Rohan and the elves. But also, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I might decide as the battle goes on. Because the elves also kind of defending this. Kind of a little bit, not scummy, that's not the right word, but I just feel like a bit try-hardy is what I'd go with. These units are incredibly elite.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat.
And I just feel like just the lore, and well, it's not lore, but movie lore, I guess. Like in me wants to see them defend the deeping wall, and Theoden and his troops defend the ramp here and the citadel, which I feel like is only fair. The elves can do a really good job on this wall as well, but they're shock infantry. They can chop through these units. I mean, right now we are seeing a half-orc axis here getting absolutely focused down. The archers here, the Helmingas, doing a really good job. They have got supply barrels, which hopefully they're using. Yeah, it looks like the early retainers here and the Helmingas have together. They've done a lot of damage to these half-orc axis, which, to be fair, they're not that great, but still, numbers and killing stuff matters. They are vastly outnumbered. It's 2 to 1. It's 8,000 Uruks against 4,000 men and elves. It is going to be a tough old fight. You see here, just the brute force of like those 4 or 5 units of Urukai infantry against one early retainer has literally forced these guys back towards the steps. Yeah, and the cool thing with, like, in the old, yeah, like, you can see them now. Like, they're literally by the edge of the wall. If they get pushed back, they should fall off. That, like, used to be a thing in the old total walls. It's like it's something they got rid of in, like, the more modern ones. I feel like it was just added an act of, like, realism, which is really, really cool to see, as well. And this is another reason why I don't really like the elves defending the citadel, is because they can pike stack in here. Or like polearm stack. I know that like the Uruks can bring pikes, and they've got grenadiers as well, which they are going to need these now to blow up that gate defense. But the pikes are just not as good as the polearms. It's a fact. Polearms are better than pikes in Dawnless Days. If you don't know that, you know it now. But also, it's really hard to get crossbows and any range units set up here, just because of kind of pathfinding a little bit. Also, it's just going to get nuked by archers. They can get so many more archers and range units up here to just gun down or range units. The grenadiers are pretty much going to die if they go up here. You're going to have to send up all the pikes first just to soak up ammo, which the elves can probably replenish really quickly with a supply barrel. So I'm not a big fan of that. I kind of prefer it that like you just have the men of Rohan defend here, because they can only put spears into the line, and then you have an actual melee fight. It's a bit more of a struggle. And it doesn't force Isengard to send all of his, like, useful units, as you call them, like pikes and grenadiers, just to basically die and become pincushions. That's just my opinion. Like, I've watched enough of these Helms Deep replays now to kind of, like, give my sort of piece. There you go. I think finally the Uruks have broken through that early retainer, which is great. Their reward is a guard of Mudacell at the bottom of the steps, and they're also fighting here. This is a pretty good angle that Rohan is holding, and they still haven't blown up the gate here. They still have jitters. Did the sappers just give up? Oh no! They did work, and 7 of them survived? What happened? Oh, they didn't blow it up. Oh, 66%. Did it glitch? I don't know. But anyway, that's glitched, it seems. But the reason this is a good angle is because of what is just happening. We kind of have missed the first charge, but they're going to do it again. We're going to see the Household Knights just cycle in and out. So yeah, as the Isengard puts more troops on this wall here, these retainers holding here allows to be a good side charge from the Household Knights. You can see it's going to keep doing that back and forth. They're losing a couple of riders, but it's nothing in comparison to what Isengard's losing right now. And the half-orc axes are getting trampled. There you go, another charge. And a few more dead Uruks. There you go, Theoden's most trusted riders leading the charge. There you go, half-orc axes. Gone. Urukai infantry are withdrawing up that ramp. Pretty smart, to be honest, from Isengard. But, I mean, the response is going to be that Helmingas will just shoot him if he just stands here. He's going to get good side shots, I'd imagine, into the Urukai infantry. Oh, no, he's not. What is he shooting? Oh, he's shooting the crossbows. It's also not a bad target to shoot. Those crossbows probably want to either shoot the Helmingas, or they want to try and shoot the cav to try and keep the cav away from the walls. We've got Dunland Tribesmen as well being sent over. Why these guys weren't sent first? As a tier 1, send them first. Test the defenses. And also just to see whether the defenders will waste any ammo on them. And if they don't, that's fine. they would probably do a decent job against some of these Rohan units. Rohan's infantry is nothing to really be amazed by. The Retainers probably might be able to beat a tier 1 Uruk-hai infantry. I'll give them that. But they are pretty pants compared to against most Isengard infantry or those early Retainers. Over on this other side, you can see here, nothing going on. This is all dead. And this is all killed off because there's just a pole army there. It kind of ruins the game a little bit, in a way. Like I said, why I'm not a big fan of it, like elves something there, just a little bit too try-hardy. And they're just a bit better suited for doing it. And I know that sounds stupid, but Helm's Deep already, by design, is really tough for the attackers to attack. And hence they have 3 armies. We have 3 generals. So you can see we've got Lurtz, we've got Gluck, and I imagine this is going to be Mog. Yes, we have all 3 of the unique generals here for Isengard. I hope they add Saruman and kind of give him some, somehow give him some magic abilities. That'd be really cool to see. And maybe, I feel like there's a Warg captain you could add as well, like a mounted general. I feel like his name begins with S. I feel like I remember him from Battle of Middle-earth, for those of you that maybe played that. And an elite game I'd like to add. Made up a lot of my childhood hours, probably thousands of hours in that. Battle for Middle-earth, I feel like he was there was like a war captain, something like that. I can't remember his name. Like Scrag or something like that, maybe. I don't know. I'll have a look while we enjoy this. Sharku, that was his name. I knew it'd be on with an S. They could add the Sharku, I think would be another cool one to add. If you add more, I thought Isengard's got lots of potential for unique generals. To be honest, it's such well-covered factions in the movie. The Sharku would be another one I'd add. Rohan's got a lot as well, because again, it's got a lot of major characters. I mean, you could be really niche with some of Rohan's. You could have Grimbold, who has a whole company of Rohirrim at Minas Tirith. And I mean, and same with Gondor. I mean, you could add so many more. I really do hope they add more and more unique generals. I do think that would be cool to see. Just for the campaign's sake as well, because they'll become unique generals that you can then play and give armies to. I think also just adds just flavor and just fleshes out the mob. But Sharku would be quite cool, because it would add a mounted warg, bodyguard. You can make it maybe a heavier warg. That'd be quite cool. I don't know. I mean, they're not typically, but maybe just something to make it a little bit more different from a typical Isengard warg. Yeah, right now Rohan's holding it quite nicely here. I'm surprised we haven't seen the elves with a Twilight Guard shoot more down as this. Funny enough, Twilight Guard actually aren't, for bow-wise, shooting-wise, aren't actually Lothlorien's best bows. It's the Galadrim archers are their best ones. The Twilight Guard actually they're pretty, obviously they're very good. They are tier 4 archers, but they actually have pretty good melee stats, which makes them equally very good. The bow's busy shooting in here into the backs of these units, which actually is also a great target. And they're shooting crossbows up here, actually, which they are bringing up, which is a smart move as well by Isengard. So both sides trying to play relatively smart here. We're seeing the crossbows shoot the Household Knights out of shot of spears right below them. They're trying to help unlock this choke point. Elves are going in with the shock as well, the Galadrim swords going in. At least it's a sort of lore accurate. The elves charging with their shock down here. Aragorn should be leading the way, who again needs to be there. He should be a Gondor general. Or King Alessa should be a Gondor general. You could have Aragorn as a Dunedain Northman sort of general instead. Gardamuda's elves are nearly defeated here, and the reward is a Helming Gas without ammo. That is some relief there to Isengard. We are seeing archers for Rohan run out of ammo. But the Helmingast, they are pretty good in combat. One of the first hybrid units, I should add as well. This unit is very, very good. I kind of hope it gets a little bit of a buff once again. I feel like they got debuffed many an update ago, but these guys used to be... I can't really say the word I want to say, but they used to be good. We'll put it like that. They used to be the... And you can put the word in, insert the word yourself. They were really, really good. I think they've nerfed their melee ability a little bit. And also now that they're an arch unit, they have no missile block, which I'm pretty sure they still have no missile block. I'll have to double check that. The shield obviously gave them missile block, and also just gave them a little bit more armor and strength. It just was so good. I mean, they are winning this fight actually, funny enough, against Uruk-hai infantry. So who knows? Maybe they're buffed once again. I don't know. Uruk-hai crossbows are dying in their droves up here, but luckily for them, it looks like archers are running out of ammo very shortly here. Yeoman the Mark are also nearly out. So really they should start shooting things that, you know, are doing a lot more damage, which is the Household Knights. Keep shooting these, which they're doing, which is great to see. Which are still killing Uruks in their scores right now. They are, yeah, here's another charge coming in. Very nice, very nice. This Uruk-hai, sorry, not this Household Knight here will have hundreds of kills, I'm sure of it. It's the first one as well. There's still 2 more to come. It's disgusting. Right now as well, the number's 3,500 against 6,500. The attackers have lost 2,300 troops. The defenders have lost 800. Luckily though, you could say that maybe over the hump a little bit of the attackers. A lot of ammo has been expended. There's still cavalry though, that is a problem. But with the ammo gone for a lot of the defenders, it means those crossbows will be able to have a bit more freedom, and they might be able to protect against knightly charges a little bit more effectively. So we might, I'd say might, see a bit of a spike here in the kills for the defenders, for the attackers, and the losses for the defenders. We'll see. Surprised this is not going more in favour of the, well, I guess it is now starting to retainers here are slowly dying. I was going to say there's a lot of Uruk-hai infantry now. I think some of these are Stormers as well, yeah. So the elite swords here for the Uruk-hai. They are slowly defeating the retainers. I don't know if much of the supply barrel ammo is like usage being used here. Also don't know if, I don't know, I feel like if you play it fair and you put the elves on the outside and then have Rohan inside, I feel like using the supply barrel is fine. But elves in the final defense and giving them the supply barrel is kind of dirty. They're going to have so much ammo. Crossbows here still getting annoyed. I'd move these guys down the wall and just shoot at stuff. Like keep them away and out of range of units that are like the Citadel, where they can shoot you quite freely and you can't shoot back. I'm so glad we haven't seen an archer put here. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the elves end up putting one here. You can see guards are still holding on this ramp, and then yeah, if you just put archers up there, it's an execution squad for the defenders. It's brutal, it really is. Crossbows are set up though, at least, and they are loose formation by the looks of it, and they're getting volleys off. That might turn around this fight. We're seeing Helmingast and Yeoman the Mark in here. We are, what is in here? We have half-orc axes. Are berserkers yet in? Yeah, we have seen berserkers in here now. There is some weakened ones also being sent forward. Yeah, none of like those elites come in. I've seen obviously some stormers, but not too many. You can bring so many elites, more elites now because most caps are gone. I think berserkers still have their caps. I'm not so sure about why I'm stormers. And I'm not quite sure why these horses aren't running away. Maybe because they have nowhere to escape to. Maybe that's why they just kind of stood their ground. The Yeoman and the Mark, they're not going to get many kills here. This is, if anything, going to just feed kills to the Uruks. Man flesh for them to eat. battle goes on. And the yeoman, this is probably like, huh? There's no one to fight. Who would I go after now? And then stuck in again. Oh, it's actually because that unit routed. Fresh troops going in, including some Dunlendings. These retainers, I don't know if they have earned this or they started with this, but they have a silver chevron. No wonder they're kind of holding their ground, actually, yeah. I think they might have started with bronze chevrons and have earned a silver. It's good to see the crossbows here. They're getting nice shots, and they are murdering those Gladrium swords down there. You can just start clearing the guards and Mudaseld, though. They are nearly breaking out of this cordon here, but I do think we're about to see just Amroth Sentinels get sent in from Lothlorien. And Lothlorien's sending more Sentinels over here as well. I don't think he needs to. He's doing just fine at the moment. Still, by the way, nothing going on here. I mean, right now, I mean, they could have executed... They're not using any of that ammo. They could have executed hundreds of Uruks if they wanted to. I mean, he would have probably pulled back before too many died. But yeah, like, Haldir up here could have done so much damage. But they still have, yeah, 2 units of full ammo elves there. Before even these ones have even, you know, used supply barrels. I have a feeling, though, with the elves, just looking at their movement as well, they might commit to sending more troops out here because there's nothing going on over here. And this might be the play here of the attackers. Yeah, here we go. They're going in now. I think they should have waited. Should have waited until the elves sent even more out into the deeping wall. Because at least they, you know, they can stretch the defenders. They can put their forces on both sides and just kind of go, well, you've got to defend both these areas, one of which you're going to have to eventually give in for attrition. Yeah, but they send in the Uruk infantry. I mean, it's kind of silly. The pole arms are going to just kill a lot of those swords there. It's blobbing up as well, which is not effective. It's just tiring units. And there you go. Isengard is through. He's actually broken through. Amroth Sentinels are falling back. They're doing an interesting defense here. So they're going to try and hold this line. I'm intrigued to see this. I've never seen this strategy before, that's for sure, from the defenders. They're going to send a cav forward again, which I'm not surprised by this. We're going to see another cav unit go in. Crossbows should be immediately trying to laser this cav down. But yeah, I mean, it's got plenty of targets. Lion Stormers, Berserkers. No half-orc spears have been brought, which is, I know it sounds odd to bring, but they actually would have been quite useful to bring, maybe to just prevent this sort of thing from happening. Because right now, every unit inside for Isengard is vulnerable to that household cavalry. I imagine he wants to get the Berserkers. That's the real prize to go for, is these guys. They're very light shock infantry. I mean, you could probably shoot them already from the wall over there with those, you know, missiles that the elves are firing off. Long-range missiles, nuclear-tipped. I like this last stand here of the guard and Mudaseld as well. Look at this. Guard, like, just huddled by the wall, holding on, doing their best. Yeah, nothing yet happening. The cav went out for a little, you know, dance around, didn't do anything, and it's now just back where it is. Isengard should really just be running. And just running at this defense here and attacking this. If they just dally and delay, it allows Rohan to do exactly what he's going to do now. He's going to come out and he's going to get a charge off. You can form a shield wall all you like, and you're still going to take hits here, and you're still going to die quite a bit. And also, I just charge this side and just rout all of these units. Not a big win, but it is a win nonetheless. Yeah, he should really be charging. We're going to see the Household Knights go in. He is oddly charging the shield wall. He will still get kills. But you've had more joy on the other side, routing those weakened units. In goes Rohan. Yeah, how many kills did he get? I actually don't know what's that health this unit was on. Not a lot, though. 3? Maybe a few more? Maybe a few more. Maybe more like, I don't know, 8 or 9. They shot a few riders on the way back, and now obviously the crossbows are activated, and they're going to be primed on that, so you can't really try that again. And like I said, really, we should be seeing Isengard being aggressive and getting into this fight, really getting stuck into this infantry, not allowing the cav to get another charge off. I mean, if they break through the cav, we'll probably get charges off then. But it's a good prize. There's a lot of infantry here that, for some reason, the forces of good just tied up down here. I mean, I'd be sending more troops over the walls. Well, they need reinforcements. They need some fresh units for the next wave. We are actually seeing a push as well here, so they are into the next part of the settlement. Thankfully, the elves aren't being really cheesy and executing these units as they get pinned here. But even still, you're charging a spear and a polearm defense. I'm rooting for Isengard. I've decided. Come on, Isengard. I'm Team Evil tonight. I want Isengard to get their, taste of manflesh and taste of victory. Yeah, this is going to be pretty hard to break through. Here's a Van on Lank. They're not going to be easy to break through. We'll go back and look what's going on the other side. Oh, yeah, still more cav charges. That will look like getting a bit more success, a bit more weakening going on there. Rohan has also started his attack here. As I said, this was going to be a lot of joy. A lot of weakened units here that are breaking easily. We have got Berserkers coming forward now as well. And again, I'm still surprised that Isengard has not done anything about this now. I mean, he can't now. He's got to just kind of just suck this up and take the shield wall. Over the shield wall. Yeah, and each charge, Isengard is a bit weaker. I mean, so does Rohan a little bit, but it seems like each charge is weakening that shield wall, and they are getting more and more kills. Rohan goes in here with his boys in green and his boys in red as the Helmingast and the Guard, the Ludacell combine. Amroth Sentinels as well going in, trying to do their bit. But there you go, infantry has now gone in on this side, and actually, it's the forces of good to make the attack. And they attack the shield wall here, they weaken that Wine Stormer to the cavalry to allow the Galadriel Sword Warriors to go in. We're going to get another charge off here, we're going to see another one go in. How great that one was coming across that river. It did seem like they had a lot of joy going into that one. Going to get countercharged here by half-orc axes. Nice there from the Isengard player, playing aggressively defensive, counter-charging units. The shock as well. Doesn't want to overcommit like this though. This is not good. This is exactly what Rohan wants. Wants to bait Isengard out. And Isengard is now going to feel the wrath of another household knight. I mean, the weak ones going in and knocking units over. They wanted them to come out of shield wall. And in comes the other one now. That was an odd charge. It didn't even get their lances down to right at the end, and then he kind of like stopped and then started and he got the impact. It was odd. It still did the damage though. Like that unit is battered already. That was a healthy half-orc axe. But yeah, by breaking out, he has allowed the Galadriel Sword to get partly encircled, so that is kind of working, but it's costing him a lot of units here. The Cavs are going to be quite happy to keep milking these kills. Elves encircled, but they've not given up hope yet. Their immortal lives will not go wasted. They will take as many of these scum down with them. Scum I'm kind of rooting for though. So don't kill too many of the elves, please. Please. numbers-wise, I just saw a shift in favor of, I was going to say, just shift in favor of the defenders, and he's now gone back in favor of the attackers. 2,100. Oh, no! You missed it, guy. I mean, we didn't really. Oh, no, that's brutal. That also was not a good volley there, like a good target. Oh, what are they doing? No, Grenadiers, what are you doing? Stop throwing grenades. This is a tiny target to shoot at. Oh, my gosh. No. You're killing so many friendlies as well as enemies. I mean, they... Stop now! Please. Fellas, put your grenades away. You're getting focused down as well. I wouldn't be shooting them. I'd let them keep throwing those grenades.
Our men have given up and are running for their
Doing
lives.
so much damage there to his his own troops. And yeah, half orc axes there, and Uruk's getting blown up. I mean, he has killed the 2 units. Congrats. Still not worth it. Still not worth it. But yeah, I mean, 2,100, it's less than that now, it's 1,900 against 4,600. It's less than 2-to-1 odds, sorry, it's more than 2-to-1 odds now for the defenders. Now, because they've won this fight over here, they can encircle this Amarok Sentinel. This has kind of worked relatively well. The Cav, though, is still doing damage over here, still charging units. Well, this has all been going on, and they have encircled these other units here. They've kind of relatively effectively dealt with these units, and that is bringing down the numbers of what the defenders have left to field quite dramatically. It was a large haul of defenders, but for some reason, like I said, decided to stand here rather than retreat. But they didn't. I mean, but it's fine. There's so many elves left. Most of the 1,800 troops left are, well, less than that now, 1,700 are elves. Like over here, Galadrim Sword Warriors in. We've got the Spear Warriors still in here as well. I bet I haven't lost a man. Oh, they've lost 1 man. Heroes of Amalur taking about 20 losses as well. 25 losses. And I bet there's a lot more dead Uruks down there. They are probably getting a lot of kills. So yeah, attacking these choke points, it's still going to be tough for Isengard. And yeah, there's a lot of dead Uruks here. And I mean, yeah, the Heroes of Amalur, 5 dead there. This one's lost more like 10 or 11. Then 5 dead Spear Warriors of the polearms, yeah. Save your Grenadiers, you're going to need them to blow up some choke points somewhere else, that's sure. And we've got crossbows with full ammo, well, not quite full ammo, 2/3 ammo going into melee. What's he doing? Poor micro. Need those crossbows. I mean, maybe he's got those crossbows chasing the Cav, trying to shoot the Cav, and he doesn't realize he's in melee. I don't know. We need to see alerts here. He needs to start shooting the cavalry as well, just weaken them, because the cavalry right now, I mean, these units are pretty much spent anyway, but he's just picking off units, getting himself some free kills. Every Uruk might matter by the end of this game. You never know. 1,600. It is dropping, to be fair. It's dropping quite consistently. Grenadiers going up here. This would be the next great target for them, to be honest. Go here and blow up the Swordmasters and the Gardermood cells. You see the Sword Warriors. Why do I call them Swordmasters? Sword Warriors. Oh gosh, we're going through the map. Sword Warriors battling the Uruk-hai infantry. This is a really good spot for them. They could throw a grenade and volley at these, but I don't think it's worth it. You want like minimum 2 units to be hitting it. They are battling here pretty well. I'm really trying to avoid going through the map again. I don't think we've ever had this angle. I think they've fixed the issue on Helm's Deep as well, where units just kind of fall through the map, which is good because Helm's Deep is such a cool map. I don't know how it ever broke to start with.
Our men flee the
But
field of
there you go.
battle.
They
This is a shameful display.
have dealt with that. Grenadiers, oh, they need to be careful. They need to be. They're at half strength actually. Yeah, do not want to get charged here. That's what Lothlorien is charging for now. He's trying to get these guys. He's going to get some of them as they pull out a melee. Yep, there you go. Losing a little bit. Cav is still alive, as you can see here. It's still causing problems. Lurtz is possibly open. Crossbows are shooting nice. Good volleys. Good volleys. Another volley like that, and that Household Knight is pretty much redundant. 17 men with 3 bronze chevrons. Still a bit of a danger. It has seen a great target in the Berserkers. Why Lurtz has not shot a volley, he could have probably killed that unit off and saved his Berserkers a charge here. But here we go. They're going to get charged. Actually, I think he got a last-minute volley there, and he's kind of saved most of those Berserkers. 2 men were lost. Yeah, that's not so bad. That is not so bad. Grenades doing nothing at the moment. Looks like Isengard's not going to attempt another another fight over here for this choke point, but he's quite happy to persist over here and just blobbing up units to go through that gate. We've got crossbows up here. He's not shooting them. He's turned all of his ammo, well, remains of it, over here. The Grenadiers now are kind of stuck here. That's fine. It looks like we've got the shock infantry, and they look like they're going to get beaten here by Uruk-hai infantry, which could make this choke point now a viable way for Isengard to get in.
An entire unit has perished.
They are battling on down there. The Grenadiers, they're going to try. I think they're trying to. Oh god, this is what I mean. This is camera angle, or is like this pathway here is awful for cameras. Grenadiers, oh please get out of melee, please. They're losing obviously a melee here, but they would be. What they just need to. I think he's trying to get them close enough to throw at the guards while these guys are still in melee. Just being impatient, and he's losing a lot of Grenadiers here. Why are they in here? Okay, this Isengard player has thrown away this unit. He's thrown away a really good chance of winning this game. This has got at least 2/3, if not half of his ammo left. There you go. Wow. Wow. What was he doing? He had infantry as well here that he pulled out of melee. And Berserkers have gone in. They're going to break through there. That is bizarre. I've never seen anything like that. Really weird tactics. Really weird tactics there from Isengard. And they've re-rallied. He's lucky, but
returned to the battle.
Yeah, and they got back into melee. I don't know if they purposely did that at time, but the other one definitely had a chance to pull him out and didn't. We went from 36 down to like, what, 19 and routed. The Berserkers in here should be able to deal with this last weakened unit of elven shock infantry. I don't know if anything else is. Oh, we have got Theoden down here. I was thinking, what was going on over there? And it looks like, oh no, it's not Theoden, it's Aemir. Maybe it is a. All right, no. So we didn't have Theoden. I thought for some reason maybe we brought Theoden. It's Aemir instead. Don't know why I always presumed it was Theoden. Again, we've got crossbows and melee with full ammo. Get them out. Bring them round. They can be useful as well. Lurtz has also gone into melee, by the way, with ammo left. I don't know what these players are doing, these Isengard players. Sending in units which have ammo. Yeah, get alerts out of there. I'm going to see swords come in. Just, just send what we have remaining here. Get it in over here. This is where it's needed now. They have more than enough here alone that they can try and get through. Also, the pikes are now up. And there's no archers here to shoot them. So get the pikes into melee, into the choke point, and see if they can get anything done. If anything, they can get anything done. Lurtz is... Oh, I hope he's not counter-charging. No, he's getting out of there. The swords that are going to continue the charge here. They're chasing Aemir back through the choke point here. Their reward is going to be to face elves. I don't know if they're... Or is Aemir... No, maybe Aemir is going back in. I really do not know. It's a bit of a mess in that choke point, that is for sure. Guard of Mudasel has also now gone down the ramp here. I'm going to see elven archers and more guards of Mudasel get shunted there to defend that choke point. I mean, really, the Rohan should have just stayed at the top of the steps. Because the shocking retreat is going to eat up his spears. As I'm sure many of you are aware, shocking retreat counters spears very easy. Total war. Must know, really. Axes kill spears. Swords kill spears in most cases as well, to be honest. Spears kill spears. Pretty much everything kills spears. Apart from Cav. That's why they're so important, spears. You need them for anti-Cav, because Cav kills otherwise everything else. Galadriel Sword Warrior, 1 man left, Silver Chevron. What a legend. Holding the line. I mean, the Guard of Mudasel are going to carry on down the ramp. Bold, like I said, but charging into the Berserkers. I mean, for some spears, I'd say, yeah, go for it. I give yourself a good chance. I rate your chances like Iron Guard. Iron Guard, got great melee stats. Balku Magan, even. Got some pretty good stats, melee attack. Guard of Mudasel, not the one I would have given the green light to charge down this hill and attack Berserkers and White Hand Stormers. But that's just me. I actually can't remember off the top of my head what Guard of Mudasel's melee stats are. They're definitely have a better melee defense than they do melee attack. Oh. I thought they were going to pull through there, which would be a huge mistake, but they're losing anyway. Twilight Guard are coming down. These guys are, got some really good melee stats for a bow unit, so good to see them going in. Even if it's a weakened unit, they'll do okay. And we're back to the status quo over here. Uruk runs through door, gets impaled by polearm. Well, it looks like if Rohan and the elves win tonight, they're going to be having Uruk shish kebab for dinner, which I'm sure would not be pleasant. That and probably lambus bread. Lambus bread with shish kebab. A delicacy in some parts of Rohan. Yeah, we'll look at. I mean, I guess I kind of like just for people that maybe play Dawnless Days and play regularly multiplayer, just so they can understand and just see from my point of view as someone that plays the mod myself and also watches replays. So if you're gonna think about sending in a Dawnless Days replay on Helms Deep, maybe don't do this. This Spear Warrior here has lost 6 men. It has been fighting here probably for the last 10 minutes, maybe more than that. Probably 10, 20 minutes probably at this point, actually, now I think about it. It doesn't help that these crossbows in. They could have been just set up shooting. I do think that the attackers could have done a better job. But also, there is not much more in the world you can do. And this Spear Warrior has lost 6 men. This is why, in my opinion, I would ban any polearm defending here. That is for sure. At a push, it'd have to be a tier 1. And that is all you're getting in there. I've seen Fountain Guard defending this choke point before, when I've seen Gondor defending here. That's equally disgusting. And that is, to be fair, this is a non-elite polearm. I mean, it's an elven polearm, so technically it's an elite polearm. But yeah, it is holding. There's barely any men. There's Heroes of Ammon Lank have also only got to about half strength. And again, like I said, they've been fighting there for about probably 15-20 minutes. It kind of shows, what the heck was that? What was that? They just threw... Oh, it was lures. I was like, who was shooting there? They have just, I think, done more damage to their own side than they are the Twilight Guard. There's definitely not enough Twilight Guard in there that justifies shooting. You're gonna hit more Uruks than you are elves, but maybe it doesn't matter. Uruk lives don't matter. The Twilight Guard looks sick. With all that blood covering them as well. They do look insane, I'll give them that. They are like literally firing like what little ammo they have left. At the tiniest units of Twilight Guard, they are making sure they die. Are still firing in here. I mean, there is now guards and Mudacell back in here, but still, save the ammo for maybe a healthier unit that is possibly also going to charge down that hill. Also, Aemer's up here. He is firing now as well. Kind of cheeky because he's a hybrid cav unit. This is kind of pushing your bow limit. I don't know whether like that's the same case with Isengard over here bringing Lurtz as a general. But yeah, he already has 4 range units and he's now technically giving himself a 5th. Very cheeky. The elves have now moved their archers back over here as well, and the turkey shoot can begin, and they can just. I mean, we'll look from their perspective. I mean, we'll try anyway. The camera. There's one thing I would fix, if you could, devs, is the camera. But yeah, you can't really easily... maybe that angle. That's probably the best I can give you. Literally, just drop the arrow down. You're going to kill an Uruk. Yeah, the heroes are Ammon Lank in there. Yeah, they've held for ages. They are actually more than half strength. I was kind of did the Uruks dirty there. They've killed a good 65 of them. These heroes of Ammon Lank, they will hold to the last man. I've seen it happen. If they're not getting outflanked, they will hold forever. And there's also shock infantry in here to support them. There's another heroes of Ammon Lank anyways, so it doesn't really even matter if they break through all of that. There's always a bit more, and the other polearm is still there and fresh and could be used elsewhere. So yeah. Again, this is why, if you're going to do Helm's Deep, Rohan has to defend this last position here. The elves have to be on the Deeping Wall. And I personally think not a single elf should be able to step inside this section here. You're going to, have a good Helm's Deep match. Even a 3v2. I generally think it. I think Rohan on its own can, with like Guard and Mudacell, and like with the units you can bring and the horrible angles you can get with archers to get brilliant side shots for your side, you can hold with it. I think you could also do it with just Rohan as well. You don't even need to bring Lothlorien. Oh, is he pulling through? I don't know. I think he's just been given the attack. I think he's just carrying on. He's got the attack order and the Dunland Tribesman. But yeah, now would be the time. Where's Lurtz with his ammo now? He's used it all up. Well, he's got the crossbows here. Yeah, they need to be shooting in. There's now a healthy Guard of Mudacell coming in here. Not very good battle reading, I would say, from the Isengard player there. What we got in here? Berserkers, yeah, mostly like a half-strength one. I might do a fair amount of damage to the Guard of Mudacell. It's fresh as well, so yeah, no, it should do. Should be fine. They might need to send another one forward. I get this other one that's just being freely shot here. Get that in there, why not? Save it from being shot. I mean, actually, but aim is nearly out of ammo. It's maybe not the end of the world, but still. We're going to see the Urukai crossbows. I think they're setting up, trying to get some sort of angle, some sort of shot. Maybe they're having issues elsewhere. Yeah, I think they just didn't want to shoot from over there. And They can shoot here, though. Not going to be necessarily the best angle, but at least they're getting volleys off. To be honest, once you get past this sort of this area here, and if you get through the ramp, there aren't many better, like, great shooting positions. If you can get onto the wall, great, but if not, yeah, it's unfortunate. Also, I mean, the elves have been really smart as well. I can't shoot from this angle. I can shoot from this angle. The elves have been smart in where they've set up as well their defense. That they can't allow Isengard to access these doorways. There's one on that side and there's one on this side as well. If you don't know this map too well, those doorways obviously then link to the two up here, so you can then get troops onto the wall as Isengard or any attacker, and you can then obviously start to open up the front a little bit more and get troops up there. So yeah, there is some, you know, I don't know, beauty in the detail, I think is the line I'm looking for. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but that's the word I'm going to go with, beauty in the detail to a defense, and making sure units are set up in the right position. Sometimes a couple of meters or two does matter, it doesn't make a big difference. Turns the elven job from being a pretty easy job into a very easy job, I would say. I'd still say even if the Urks got onto that wall, they were going to struggle to get very far. And as you can see where the fight began, the Urks are actually being pushed back here by the elves. I wonder if this is going to come down to time. Doesn't seem like either side, with 5 and a bit minutes left, is going to give in. Though I do think Aemir and the elves have sallied out. They've gone down this ramp here. The elves have decided to go in here. This might make a difference. Actually, the elves are actually committing a lot of troops here. Oh, we might see actually.
Our allies have lost their general.
Oh, allies. Well, there you go. Rohan's lost his general. I wonder whether we're going to see the elves fully commit down the ramp here. I think it's in the pole arms as well. They might fully commit and try and take out Isengard in the, well, not the field, but sort of, you know, this way, which is not a bad idea. There's a lot of Isengard troops left here, though. Still some more over here, which have still not moved. They should have got these guys in and supported their ally. The Lurtz needed fresh troops. We're going to keep pushing here. Lurtz on his own. He's been abandoned. I don't know who the other general is. Oh, look, Mog. Where is Mog gone? Did he die? Oh, no, he's not. He's in the fight. Ugluk should have sent his reserves over. Mog is going to pull out, and actually it's not a bad idea because he can encircle all the elves here. By pulling back down the ramp, he can encircle the elves here. We're going to need to see commitment of these pikes, though. They need to get into melee properly. Hopefully those berserkers can hold on. I mean, well, actually they fight to the last man. They will hold on. Sappers in here. Those 7 guys just somehow failed to blow up the wall. How the siege could have been different if that wall got blown up. That has not helped. I kind of forget that. Not really sure how it failed. I don't know if all the mines didn't go off or what. It really is odd. Kind of a shame. It would have been funny if we'd sat there for ages as well. Just like, oh, the sappers will eventually blow that wall up. No. What a great coverage of the battle of the siege it would have been. Another tactic is to use your sappers in melee like this, and then you blow them up whilst in melee. I have seen it happen. It doesn't really happen nowadays. People don't do it. Maybe because it doesn't really work. I don't think it really does now. You also need to kind of protect it with a weakened sword unit, or just any weakened unit. And send that in to sort of protect it so the sappers don't take all the hits, and then you just kind of blow up the unit you're attacking. Often a good player will just pull out of melee and just not allow you to do it. But if you're fighting at a choke point, can't really easily pull out the choke point. But yeah, it's quite difficult to pull off. And also people will shoot the sappers. But there's definitely a few replays I've covered over the years that I've seen sappers do it. They've killed this Uruk-hai crossbow off here. Luckily I didn't have too much ammo left, but still had some. And now actually the Gladrium sword warriors here into the back of the pikes. That's not great. Where are those reserves? Where is Grushi? Where is Ugluk, I should say? But he is basically like the Grushi here. He has plenty of troops that could have been committed over here. The player went AFK and just thought, you know what? I'm not helping you. Maybe that is what it is. You know, the warlords of Isengard were like, you know what? We're independent. If you fail on your side, that's fine. Don't care. I'm not failing on mine. Yeah, Ugluk's going to get out with his army, I guess.
Keep him alive!
It looks like Mog's going to die. Lurtz, in theory, might survive in the next 1 minute 50. You never know. He's got a lot of chevrons. Don't know if he got them given to him. Here goes another Heroes of Amalonk coming in. Looks like the Guard of Moosehead's actually going to win here. Yeah, do they pull out more Berserkers to come and help down here? No, they actually just beat all those Berserkers. I'm very surprised by that. I won't lie, that is kind of surprising. And yeah, the Twilight Guard, they came down the wall and round, help encircle. Are we gonna maybe we're gonna see a complete victory here? I doubt it though. Numbers wise, it's 700 against 1400. They have certainly shortened the odds again. It's back to 2-1. I think it's going to come down to time. I think the siege is going to be decided by the defenders winning just because the attackers ran out of time to take the settlement or to kill the defenders off.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
And yeah, there go the pikes, encircled, they break. Lurt actually might not survive in the next 35 seconds. Mog has died, I think, to a man. I don't think we've got the notification, but he's fully routed. I can't see any of the men running. I think Lurtz is going to die. Oh, poor man. 20 seconds left. No, he routes. He might die there. He might indeed die there. Try and say that very quickly. Mog actually, no, he has got out with 5 guys, and I don't think he did die. Oh, there you go, enemy general dead. So Lurtz died literally with the final second there. And there you go, a draw. I didn't bother to look over here because nothing changed. Like I said, this just does not work and is not fun for anyone apart from maybe the elves. I bet the elves didn't even have fun because nothing was going on there. But a draw, which is technically a defender win in Attila. Don't know why it doesn't just say win, but it doesn't. But yeah, this is from Emperor Palpatine's perspective, playing as the elves. He did actually lose like a good chunk of his army. He's got pretty much nothing left. He's got like about 700 troops left, which is all the defenders had left, in fairness. It was a pretty, like relatively close game, but I do think the defenders cheese it a bit with how their armies were selected and where they were. I would have swapped around who was where and had the Rohan defend the citadel, had the elves on the wall. Also, I think the attackers played a pretty poor game. Grenadiers going into melee with lots of ammo left. Big no-no. Same with some crossbows as well. And pikes weren't committed earlier. Pikes never got committed into the gate battle, which just seems bizarre as well. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the kills from Emperor Palpatine as Lothlorien. 174 kills as Haldir. I think they were all from shooting. I don't think he ever got into melee. 297 kills with the Sword Warriors here. 287, 282. And then the Heroes of Amalonk, 308 kills, 234. 164 kills with the Gladrium Spear Warriors. The other one got 212, which I think is the one that's been in the gate. I'm surprised it did not get more kills than that. But also that's an incredibly good return for what is still a green, fresh unit, which shows how broken this is. Just why it should not happen. 428 kills with the Twilight Guard, 231 kills with the Twilight Guard there. Another one got 174 and still healthy. Then we have Tanzim playing as Rohan, 237 kills with the Early Retainers, 163, 174 kills. And then the Guard of Mudasel, which aren't capped anymore, which I hadn't even registered. But yeah, you can spam these guys out. And he did spam them out, 311 kills. The best of them, 279, 141. Again, a reason why now I feel like Rohan is so viable to defend the last stand instead of a Lothlorien, because you can just spam out the elites now. In some cases, Helmingast I think are still capped because he did only bring 296 kills, 272, 301 kills. Incredible. I think the Helmingast might be back to their best, that's for sure. Yeoman of the Mark, 180 kills. Household Knights, 149, 223, 291 kills. Yeah, very, very good results for most of these guys. All did a very good job in that sort of like open area behind the deeping wall. And then we have Demigod playing as this is Ugluk's army. Seemed to go AFK at the end. And he threw away his grenadiers. 83 kills, the best for them. And he also used the grenades on what was already a victory for Rising Guard, and doing just as much damage to himself as he did the enemy. 110 kills is the most noteworthy unit there, and it's the Stormers getting those kills. He brought 3 missiles, I guess, with the Grenadiers. Could have brought another one, I feel like. Crawfather playing as Mog, getting 112 kills here with the Urukai Infantry, 149, 108 kills with the Stormers, 112 kills with the Half-Orc Axes, Berserkers 147 kills, 175 with crossbows. Then we have Cisco Crisco playing as Alerts, who got 215 kills there. She's not shabby, earning those silver chevrons for himself there. 180 kills here with the Urukai Infantry, 122 kills. And then we got the Half-Orc Axes, 133 kills. Berserkers, I don't think anyone's Berserkers did well, actually. Apart from that one. Yeah, most did just got no kills or never committed. 108 kills of the Dunland Tribesmen. And then Urukai Crossbows, 108 and 119 kills for them. It's not too bad. But yeah, there you go, guys. That is today's Dawnless Days Siege Battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more glorious Lord of the Rings action, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe if you're not here. If you got to this point in the siege, well done. I hope you had plenty of snacks and drinks for it. And thank you for watching. It is very much appreciated. And yeah, feel free to check out some of the videos appearing on your screen now if you need a little bit more Dawnless Days in your day. But until next time, bye for now.